Great win for the Utah Jazz in this one, if I'm being quite honest and simply being agreeable to myself, which I am. Man, oh man. 124-111. Who'd have thought? Admittedly, it was a home game, but there wasn't really a bad quarter, honestly. I mean, things did get a little bit closer in the fourth, but, nevertheless, another strong first half and staving them off in the second half. I loved it. What's up, Carter? What's up, Zay? What's up, my guy? Logic's in the chat. Yeah, what a game is right. What's up, Dallin? Man, oh man, oh man. I thought that we were capable of beating the Nuggets. I did not believe it was going to happen in this fashion. So I'm just trying to soak it up for what it's worth. All things considered, who didn't play? No, all of their key pieces played. So unlike the other few games, these guys played everybody and we just beat them. We outclassed them. Crazy, right? How am I doing today? A little bit tired, man. It's already the one thing I don't like about when it's games like this and it starts at 10 is for me, it's 1 a. It's basically 1 a.m. now. So that's the only thing about the post games. But by and large, a win is a win. So I'm ecstatic about that part. How you doing, Dallin? He said that last 4 minutes changed the score in the end. Yeah. Coaster full. What's good, my guy? 4-1 in a stretch of games that I thought we would have been 1-4. I'm not gonna lie. If you look at this team about 10 games ago, 15 games ago, you probably would have been in the same boat. Doing good? Nice. Jazz won by 20 when the Nuggets gave up. The Jazz let up and brought it to 14. Yeah. Big Dubsky Nuggets on our leash. Yeah. The most interesting thing in this game, right? They shot about league average from the field, right? They shot 45.7%. From three-point range, they were 13 for 33. They were 39.4%. But we were also 13 for 33 from beyond the arc for 39.4%. However, we hit 46 out of our 83 attempts. They hit 37 out of their 81 attempts. And so we just simply outshot them today, right? 55.4% from the field. Really the only poor shooter today was Fontecchio again. He's in a little bit of a slump, but we're willing to accept it. He did get pulled after 20 minutes, and it allowed some other guys to get some more burn, but I'm not mad at it. We even saw Bryce Sensabaugh get 3 minutes, even though he didn't record literally anything. His box score plus minus him, Taylor Hendricks, Luka, and Omer was all a negative 5. But we're not going to talk about that, right? We're not going to talk about that. We said Utah Jazz won the championship. Murray and Porter Jr. struggled all night. Absolutely. A star is being born. Who's a star, Money? Talk to me. Our bench outscored them lots. Yeah. Hear me out. Home court advantage when it's all said and done. That would be nice. That would be immaculate. I don't know how likely it is, though. That's the problem. But with that being said, Fontecchio 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from the 3-point range, right? Not hitting on all cylinders. Been in a little bit of a slump for a minute, but despite that, in his 20 minutes, he was a box score plus minus of a plus 13, right? Which was second actually overall on the team. Lauri had the highest box score plus minus after playing 32.5 minutes, shooting 6 of 13 from the field, 2 of 5 from the 3-point line, and 12 of 12 from the free throw line, right? Had 12 boards, 2 assists, 1 block, no turnovers. Again, 26 points, box score plus minus of a plus 17. You had John Collins, who played pretty solid. He had the third best box score plus minus as a plus 12. In 24 minutes, he was 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, hit 1 out of his 2 free throws, 6 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal, only 1 turnover, 15 points. That's a solid performance. And he wasn't actually getting cooked on defense. So he's continuing his streak of not so lackluster defensive games and solid offensive production. I like it. Then you have Collin Sexton in 21 minutes giving you 22 points, 8 of 14 from the field, working out to 57%, 2 of 4 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, surprisingly, and only 1 turnover. So back in the good graces for him. Fontecchio did have 3 turnovers. He was tied for the most on the team with the legend himself, Jordan Clarkson. Sexton had 22 points. Box score plus minus was the 4th best on the team at a plus 11. Then you had Chris Dunn, who played one of his higher stretch minutes of games at 25, right? Basically 26 minutes, 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from the 3-point line, had 4 boards, 3 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, and only 2 turnovers. 5 points, box score plus minus of a plus 6. Not mad at it. At least he hit the few shots they did take today. That was nice. Then the man of the hour, Jordan Clarkson, playing exactly 33 minutes, shooting the team high shot attempts and making a team high in shot attempts. 12 of 19 from the floor, which worked out to actually the highest percentage on more than 6 attempts for our team today. 63.2%, 3 of 8 from 3, which we can live with that. Missed the 1 free throw, but it's okay. He had 2 boards, 9 assists, and only 3 turnovers, which is a significantly better assist to turnover ratio than we're accustomed to seeing out of him, right? That being said, he had 27 points and a box score plus minus of a plus 8. So solid. Keontae played 22 minutes. Poor shooting night from him. 2 of 7, 1 of 4 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Did have 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 turnover to go along with 6 points. But his box score plus minus was a plus 7, right? Walker Kessler only played 15 minutes, ironically enough. 4 of 4 from the field, 2 offensive rebounds, 2 defensive rebounds. 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block, only 1 turnover, but he did have 4 personal fouls, which was a little bit icky. It was a little bit of a Kelly Olynyk feeling when it came out to that. But he had 8 points and a box score plus minus of a plus 10. Ochai in 13.5 minutes, 0 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 from the 3-point line, 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, which led the team actually, and no turnovers. No points, but a box score plus minus of a plus 1. Then you had Kelly Olynyk, 19 minutes, 4 or 5 from the field, hit the 1 3 that he took, 3 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 1 turnover, and only 2 personal fouls. So a pretty good night from him. 9 points, box score plus minus of a 0. Then you had Taylor Hendricks, Bryce Sensabaugh, Lucas Somanic, and Omer Yurtseven off the bench. Combined going 1 for 2 from the field, missing the 1 3 that Taylor Hendricks took, 1 or 2 from the free throw line for Luka. 2 boards for Omer, 1 assist going to Luka, and 1 block and 1 turnover going for Taylor Hendricks, as well as 2 turnovers going for Omer Yurtseven. Combined, they scored a total of 3 points and had a average box score plus minus of a -5 between the 4 of them. Now, where are we in the comments? I gotta go cheer for the next game on Friday. Lauri looked like the best player on the court for quite a few games now. Fair play. Bro, I was so hype for a sense. Then bro was more useful on the bench. Yeah, a little bit. I swear Sexton couldn't miss. Nah, he couldn't. 8 of 14 is a great shooting night. Hitting 2 out of his 4 threes and going 4 for 4 for the free throw line. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. We said Nuggets are 1 of 15 at Delta is insane. Are you serious? Is that like the actual metric? That's actually nasty. Are they still trading Clarkson and John Collins? I think John Collins is still on the block. I would say Collins is making it a lot tougher because his contract is more stomachable. And since it's already like stretched out, is there some interest for Jordan Clarkson? Yes. Is there more interest now that he's playing more consistently while still being mildly inconsistent? Also, yes. But do I think he's going to end up traded because of it? I think he might have done enough when he has games like this against quality opponents that makes them say, you know what, we should have never started you to begin with. We should have kept you as a 6-man because that's the role that you thrived in. and we're gonna keep you here for now, at the very least, until we can get some more like a genuine one to mark alongside Lowry, or just a better guard that can start. And unless they can get that in a trade, I don't think they're going to move him. But John Collins makes more sense just because of his contract issues and the fact that you do want Taylor Hendricks to get burned. And it might be a thing also of them keeping John Collins for at the very least the rest of the season. I think that is now becoming more likely, even though I feel like they should probably trade him. I think that giving him the opportunity to grow and get a little bit better is possible because he has been playing, to his credit, not as egregiously on defense as of late. And that was the biggest gripe with his game. Not just the fact that he was scoring, he wasn't being the 20 and 10 guy that everybody hoped he would return to, but also just because with his physical build and intangibles, he wasn't being able to grasp the defensive concepts. And he's doing a little bit better now. It's not great, right? It's not good, but it's reasonable enough to credit to today, played 24 minutes. So we'll definitely accept that. You know what I'm saying? So considering also the fact that he's very efficient from the field, if I'm the Jazz and we're winning like this, it might be one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You finally found something that's working for you, keep running it until the wheels fall off. I think they might bother doing that, especially since it's pushed them. Now they've won 10 games. Like ever since Chris Dunn entered the starting lineup, they're 10-3, I want to say. So they might want to keep riding this until they can go ahead and get into the playoffs and then decide some more things over the offseason. But other than that, they might actually keep both of them now at this point. It's subject to change right now, though. Hope they don't trade either. I can understand. Part of the guys tonight, yeah, Freddie, me too. I don't want to trade either. Tyson, they're making it hard. Collins really stepping it up. Yeah, definitely. From an effort standpoint and just an understanding, which is crazy. Starting to look like a team that another all-star would like to join. Major media has been talking about us as a team to watch out for. Wouldn't surprise me, actually. It's about time, though, in all seriousness. We all knew the Jazz would win this one. We all like to believe that they would, but the Jazz have a knack for surprising us in the worst ways possible at some days. Another great dub, team playing amazing of late. I'd agree. Oh, Cam said I wasn't filled in, Monty. Has Ochai scored this year yet? In 2024? I think he hit one shot. Because we played what, 4 games? 4 games in 2024 now? I want to say he scored in at least one or two of them. Because I know he went 1 of 2 from the field or 1 of 3 from the field one game. Low key. They're calling funky fouls on Walker. Yeah. He said, yes, Freddie. Yeah, Walker's kind of getting railed with the calls. Yeah. No, Ochai, hate aloud. Facts, Kev. These next 4 games are all very winnable. I'd agree. We definitely had the hardest stretch behind us now. We said John Collins and Collin Sexton are a vibe. I feel that. Road to 500, guys. Who would have thought we'd go 3-1 against teams like Philly, Denver, and Milwaukee? Not a lot. Especially a healthy Denver team, right? Philly was missing Embiid. Milwaukee was missing Dame. But Denver was tooled. And they just couldn't get enough going. You know? I don't know without THT is mad. But I think it's time. THT is somebody that I think will get moved at the deadline, though. Because there's just not enough minutes to go around for him specifically. It's not so much that he's been playing bad. He's very talented. And it was like 2 or 3 games that he did get to start when everybody started getting injured before he got injured. And then Chris Dunn took over the responsibility of point guard. Fun fact, they actually have Collin Sexton marked as a shooting guard today for the first time since I don't know when. Finally, because Chris Dunn has been the actual point guard on the floor. But neither here nor there. That said, yeah, THT hasn't been playing bad, honestly. In the games that he did play, he was playing pretty solid over the past, I would say, 5 to 7 games where he played more than, 12 minutes. But the court's just so big. There's only but so many minutes to go around between both guard positions, and THT can't really fit in anywhere else. So just a bad situation, not a bad player. Go ahead and say that. I said, what did I tell you? The Utah Jazz are finally a threat to the entire league. They're an NBA playoff contender. I'd say so. This was the Utah, like I always say, this is the Utah Jazz team that I thought was going to come out swinging on a nightly basis. This is what we expected from the team from top to bottom. More or less a similar line. As I said, I didn't expect Fontecchio to be this guy. I thought that it was going to have Walker there. It was Chris Dunn as a table setter. Walker got more involved on offense and averaged closer to what I said. I think I said 14 in my original Walker Kessler video from this year. Obviously, that's not the case, but Fontecchio is playing well enough, and everybody on the bench is doing their job. Jordan Clarkson has been inconsistently consistent or consistent in his inconsistency, and the fact that it has allowed him to be productive when we really need him to be. This is a game we needed him to be on, and he was on, and we appreciate that. Almost had a double-double too, 9 assists to only 3 turnovers, which is about what he usually does, but when compared to the 9 assists, it's a lot more stomachable, right? You said, yeah, THT finna be on. Yeah. Have you noticed that Aiken Horton Tucker has been playing? No, he hasn't. No, he definitely hasn't. Where are we in power rankings right now compared to the teams we recently beat? Significantly lower, obviously, but we're gonna rise slowly, because I think this stint definitely put the Utah Jazz on the map for a lot of analysts, because before it was like, okay, you're beating middle of the road teams, you're beating bad teams. If you want to be respected, you're going to have to do that. But the Celtics are going to beat you, the Sixers are going to beat you, the Bucks are going to beat you, and the Nuggets, the defending champions, are definitely going to beat you. Like, there was 4 teams. And then we came out, and the only team that really handed it to us was the Celtics. And they were at home. So that was also part of the reason why it was a difficult game. Now, that said, outside of that game, everything went really well, right? Like, there was no significantly bad performances from any of our guys. Like, Fontecchio was the guy that I guess was most inconsistent across that stint of games, but I'm not mad at it at all, because he really has been doing all the extra stuff and just giving the effort plays and playing solid on defense, which allows it to be what it is. You know what I'm saying? We said Taylor's going to take Ochai's minutes soon, or at least next season. Really, Money? You think he's going to take Ochai's minutes, though? Ochai is more of like a Lauri / whoever the shooting guard is, relief kind of character, I think, sometimes. We do have a very confused front court now, especially since because of the emergence of Fontecchio. Because originally he wasn't expected to be that guy to come out and just be worth playing. So you had the idea that Ochai was going to be probably at that small forward spot, or if you were going to go Lauri, Collins, Walker, and then you had Ochai being the first guy off the bench, and then eventually Taylor Hendricks once he was ready. Well, Fontecchio said, "Hold on a second, sir. Let me cook." And he's in a slump right now, but it's not an egregious slump where it's like, oh my God, he's shooting 2 of 12 from the field. We need to get this bum on the floor right now, off the floor right now. Like, no, it's not one of those. It's just a couple poor shooting nights. You know what I'm saying? But interesting, though. Now that we finished a difficult stretch strong, we can lose some of the crappier games. I prefer we don't, because we're going to have some more tough games down the road. I'd rather be comfortable losing those and basically boost all our XP right now. Jazz backcourt is loaded. Another small forward would be amazing. But what would you do with your forward situation? Obviously, John Collins would have to go in that situation then, right? Just a question. Sexton had more points than minutes tonight. Yes, sir. That's what you love to see. That's called efficiency. Blue said, get the likes up. Yeah, man, get the likes up so we can get some more people to take notice of the channel, join the family, and enjoy a nice little post-game live. You know what I'm saying? Or just enjoy the Jazz content to begin with. So Collins been rock solid since last month and playing great. Been consistently playing great. Yes, agreed. Ochai's valuable, yeah. Is it crazy to say we can end up 6 or 7 seed? No, because at the beginning of the season, I predicted the Jazz to be at 6 seed. So now I look like I knew what I was talking about. And that's what I'm happy for. Because for a minute there, that first 15, 20 games of the season made me look I was really sitting there looking in the mirror one day saying, maybe all the mainstream analysts are right and I am not as intelligent as I think I am. Maybe I genuinely overestimated what the Jazz were capable of and I'm just retarded. Sorry, that's a bad word. I'm mentally challenged. And they started winning and they started running the lines that I wanted to see. And I was like, oh, this is nice. And now here we are, almost at 500, right? Beautiful. You said one game out of A seed. Nice, nice. I saw. I say Taylor because Ochai is not a better wing defender than Taylor nor Tech. How are you going to find shooting guard minutes for him? True. And it's like another thing that I wasn't counting on was Jordan Clarkson's inconsistent consistency off the bench as well, because now that effectively makes it harder to trade Jordan Clarkson, especially because of how long a tenured player he has been for the roster and how important he is for the fan base. It makes it more difficult now because he's playing so well to just get rid of him, right? Just to make room for the rookies. Because you have to keep some veterans at some point. And is Chris Dunn going to be the only one that you keep? Of course, Chris Dunn is low maintenance. He doesn't cost much. He's costing them like what $1.4 million on this year on the books, and he's been starting like this is his 13th start of the season. So, it's interesting, really. But yeah, I'm not really sure. Do you think anybody on this team needs to be traded for playoff contention? If the team can, I'll say this: if the team can keep playing the way they have been, if your worst player on any nightly basis is Fontecchio, right, shooting from the field, you're in great waters because Fontecchio, when he's not hitting, he's not going to take a million shots, right? He's not going to doom you like we've seen at times. No offense to Keontae George, but we've seen Keontae George do it a couple of games. And before, when Jordan Clarkson was started, we really saw him get the green light to just shoot and shoot and shoot. And so we were getting packed up by literally everybody, right? So that wasn't ideal. But if you can you can definitely live in a world where Fontecchio is your worst shooter because he's a marksman. And when he doesn't shoot well, he does other things in the game well, and he always brings it on the defensive side of the floor, effort-wise, regardless of his matchup. But if Fontecchio is your worst shooter, that means Lauri's on. That means John Collins is being efficient and probably is playing solid defense, right? He hasn't been trashed defensively for a couple of games now. And if he can keep that trend, I think they might really continue to keep him. He doesn't offer the greatest rim protection, right, when he's on the floor, but that's what you have Walker Kessler for. So if you're saving Walker Kessler or just letting him develop a little bit slower, cool, right? You can be afforded that because you can win games without starting him. That's what this has shown me. John Collins at a center can work in the regular season, right? Now, with that being said, Collin Sexton has been a very integral to this team's win streak, right? Because he's a guy who you needed a consistent secondary option scoring because Lauri can't give you a consistent, solid, pristine 24 to 28 points every night, right? And even if he could, he needs more than that because we were in a period of time in the beginning of the season where Jordan Clarkson and THT were running the show and it wasn't working. Then you had Keontae George and Jordan Clarkson, and they just both couldn't be efficient on the floor. So you had two guys tanking the shooting percentages and being inconsistent, and you had the one lone all-star of the team trying to keep everybody afloat and just doing whatever he could. And the issue with that was, well, there's just not enough firepower. And Lauri, like I discussed in the video that I posted today, he doesn't create well off the dribble just yet, right? I think that will be an aspect of his game that is the first thing to improve simply before the playmaking. But right now, that was the biggest pitfall for him, right? So moving Jordan Clarkson back to the bench and allowing Collin Sexton to be the guy that we all know him to be was finally the correct decision, because that basically put us in a situation where now you have a guaranteed 16 to 25 points on a nightly basis that isn't going to be costly when it happens. Now, with that being said, now you're just saying, okay, so who are the rest of the points coming from? Is it going to be a group effort where like three guys give us 10-ish, or is John Collins going to give us 15 like he gave today? Is Fontecchio going to have a good shooting night and give us like 10? Is Jordan Clarkson going to be on today? Because if Jordan Clarkson's on, that guarantees you probably got 3 20-point scores. So right, that's at least 65-ish points automatically off him, Lauri, and Collin. Outside of that, if you think that Fontecchio, Collins, Keontae, Walker, Abaji, and Kelly Olynyk especially because he pours in points when you don't pay attention, it's if you think they're not going to do the bare minimum to get you to win a game, I think that's facetious to say. Now, with that in mind, I would like to say that it's a interesting situation. As far as trading somebody, I think that you keep it as it is. Keontae's shooting splits are worrying me, though. I'm not gonna lie. His shooting splits are worrying me. Kelly Olynyk has his uses, so I'm not trading him. I think THT is the one guy that you can afford to trade and it won't change anything because he hasn't been playing anyways, right? So THT, I think, is the guy on the chopping block. He said, I watched Fontecchio play in Europe. Just after the Jazz signed him, he was a knockdown shooter. It took him a while to get acclimated to the NBA game. I'm glad he's on a team. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Almost 40 people in chat. This possibly a record. Live stream is popping. That 45 actually was a record. We just dropped down, but that 45 was nice for a second there, boys. Ha ha! We said Chris Dunn is playing so great. No way he should get traded. Only 1.4 million. Only one that should go is THT, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm with you on that. We won't get to 60. Schedule's too heavy, but I think we get comfortably a 9th seed contender. I think a realistic peak for us might be 7th, right? I think we're a play-in team. I think we're one of the better play-in teams. And if Darvin Ham keeps treating the Lakers the way he's been treating them coaching-wise, and the Warriors continue to struggle as they have been, and they're showing no signs of bouncing back, I think we can comfortably slide our way into that 7th-ish spot. 6, of course, would be perfect, right? Because then you're not facing a second seed. You're having a much more winnable game series, or at the very least more entertaining. But regardless, I think that this is more comforting. All new Jazz fans, on behalf of the Jazz fans, I approve Wraith Hoops. Subscribe and join the fam. Hey, what Tyson said. I think we're only one superstar away from a deep playoff run this year, maybe LaVine. Jake, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think we need LaVine because LaVine he messes with the defensive attributes, and he doesn't have the intensity that we need. In a way, he's kind of redundant the way that Jordan Clarkson is. He is a little bit more efficient than Jordan Clarkson. Consistency-wise in general, right? In general. But at that point, Jordan Clarkson is one of those guys where it's like he's very important from a culture standpoint. You can't trade him for another slightly more light-skinned version of him that isn't going to be elite. Like, it isn't going to be a more superb playmaker, significantly less turnover prone in that sort of way. But I would agree that we are probably one all-star-ish player, or like a version of Chris Dunn where Chris Dunn can give us 12 to 15 points on a nightly basis away from a genuine playoff push. Now, deep playoff run, we need a guard. Like, could you imagine Anthony Edwards on this team? Or somebody like that? Even taking back Donovan Mitchell would be still kind of tough. You know what I'm saying? Much less give us somebody like Darius Garland or something. That would be crazy. But let me see. Oh, here we go. I love how little assists Jokic had tonight. Shows how well our defensive scheme was coming together. Yeah, he still was super efficient from the field. Let me check his shooting splits real quick. Yeah, he was still 8 of 9 from the field, but we made him miss one shot, and he missed 2 free throws. Ha ha. But he still had a double-double. He had 11 boards. But his box score plus minus was a negative 21. So, I mean, he was getting exposed when he was on the court. I'm not going to lie. His team as a whole was. Don't need a LaVine. Yeah. We sacrifice too much defense and shaky star that has difficulty staying healthy in a massive contract. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Some dog millionaire you're talking. Levine wouldn't add anything given if you weigh his production versus the production we'd be giving up. Yeah. Every team needs a dog. Sexton is that man. Bingo. Talk to him, David. Talk to him, David Simpson Jr. Thank you. He said, yo, David, we have the same last name. Look at life. Tyson talking. I won't be active in the chat, but I'll be here in spirit. My son decided he didn't want to sleep tonight. Hey, Lee, it's one of those nights, gang. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You think we need to make a trade to get a good playoff spot? I would say no. I think we can win pretty comfortably with what we have now. I like our pieces. I like the way people are playing. Everybody's holding their own weight and being accountable for their actions. And the lineups are actually making a lot more sense now. So I think we're in a good stride moment. I don't know how long it will hold, but I would like to think that there's not going to be like a just proverbial cliff where we just fall off and then all of a sudden start getting packed up by everybody again. I think it would take some severe injuries to some key pieces for that to happen. Like if Collin Sexton went down for like a 5-game stretch, or you saw, or Lauri go out, honestly, that could happen. Sneakily, I think Walker Kessler going down could hurt us depending on what teams we end up playing. And of course, Chris Dunn, because then you would be forced to play THT. And since THT hasn't been playing, who's to say whether he's going to be hot anymore or if he's going to be cold again? You said, I mean, if there was a star that became available somehow being Brown from the Celtics, that's something I'd probably trade for. I don't hate that, actually. Actually, don't hate that. I don't hate that logic. Levine makes $40 million, and Lauri sucked when Levine was his teammate. Yeah. Part of it was scheme, but yeah, I definitely see where Andrew's going with that. Tyson, yes, sir. Chris Dunn and THT for Lonnie Walker. I like Chris Dunn too much to trade him for Lonnie. I'm not gonna lie. But Lonnie, that's a good one to bring up, though. Lonnie is definitely a good one to bring up. You said, bro, 1.34K subs. You're growing so fast. Happy for you, bro. I appreciate you, Lee. Couldn't do it without you. Tay-N, there you are, my guy. How's it going? He said, I'm not hating Clarkson at all. Finally not trying to win the game by himself. Bingo. Chris, you get it. So first they said Sixers win meant nothing because Embiid was out. Then the Bucks was because Dame was out. What's the excuse now? There we go. See? Everybody was healthy. Nothing better than beating a quality, healthy team. The defending champions, no less, right? I love it. Call them having a shooting slump, whatever the case may be. They hit 45% of shots and gave up 55%, right? That means we outplayed them. Our offense was better than their defense. Tell them to lock in because they didn't, right? Levine, nothing to do with Lauri not playing any average 19 his first year with Levine. It was the way Lauri was playing, I would say. Like watching him play was completely different, low key. Not even completely different, but it just seeing Lauri as a first option and seeing him get to pick his shots as opposed to being schemed shots specifically that he's supposed to take at a different time allows for a little bit more interesting look at his game specifically, which is why I think that he's in the future going to develop some sort of a dribble game. Nothing crazy, right? I'm not expecting Kevin Durant to come out of his bag, but just something more comfortable so he can hit league average off the dribble would be nice. Drastically improved, by the way. He said, I could literally see us pulling a first round upset. Yeah, I think it depends on the matchup, right? Everything's a game of matchups. It's a game of matchups and runs. Levine was injured in my rookie year. Yeah. I loved that lineup where we had Clarkson, Sexton, Dunn, Markkanen, and Collins who played in the second or third quarter. I forgot. Yeah, it actually worked out a lot better than I thought it would. High key. The changed coaches and Lauri was frozen out by Mohan. He said, Andrew, go look. I agree. We would need a guard, but teams aren't willing to give up a worthwhile guard, and that would jive with their core. I got you. We shouldn't expect playoffs this year, but we could fight for a playing spot. I think we're definitely a playing spot, and would I be mad if we lost in the playing tournament? No. Would I be mad if we got blasted? Yes. Right? Because this is a competitive team. If we're sitting there hanging with playoff teams, I don't care if it's regular season. I hate when people sit there and say the regular season doesn't matter. It's the playoffs that matter. It's like, all right, buddy. And if you don't get your proper reps and you don't go game speed in the regular season, when it comes playoff time, your team's gonna get packed up and they're gonna say, oh, well, everybody didn't play together the rest of it. No, F that. Nobody cares. Right? Because you had 82 games in the league in the season to get things right, to get things ironed out, to figure out what the pitfalls and positives were of the team, and to sort things out like that. And if your team doesn't do it, come playoff time, you got 4 games to guarantee prove it. If you can't, it's gonna be tough, right? So it was good, Tatum. THT and Clarkson for Lonnie. Clarkson's playing too good right now. I can't. I'd do THT and one of our myriad of draft picks. Low key, I'm interested. I need to see more Bryce Sensabaugh tape because right now Bryce Sensabaugh is looking expendable because other guys are playing so good. That's the problem I'm having with Bryce right now. Because I low key would say Bryce and THT for Lonnie, but I need to see Bryce film from this G League stint season. You know what I'm saying? He said when. Said, oh, not much. Just got home back roads. Nice, nice. Just vibing on chat with the stream. When Clarkson and Sexton were playing off of each other, things are going well. Yeah. Yeah. When they're willingly deferring between each other to get a better shot, to get a more quality shot, can't make it up. Devin Vassell. Interesting. That's an interesting one, Tyson. If the Jazz go 4-1 to finish out the home stretch, you can confidently say we're a playoff team. Hardest game is OKC. Fair play. The roads are horrible. Yeah, Tate, I've been playing Fortnite. LOL. I mean, I'm going to watch the Celtics in the playoffs this year because if a situation like last year happens again, they might be selling pieces for a chance to build around Tatum. Interesting. Nice. Is it safe to say Sexton and Clarkson are the glue guys? I wouldn't even say. I think Sexton is a little bit more important than just a glue guy. I think that Jordan Clarkson and Chris Dunn are probably glue guys because in order for you to be able to play Sexton for long stints, he has to be efficient from the field, and the other guard on the court with him has to be a good defender, i.e., Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn is an elite defender. He's not just good; he's lockdown. Combine that with the fact that Chris Dunn is the table setter that Collin Sexton isn't always apt to be, and Jordan Clarkson isn't always efficient enough from an assist to turnover ratio to be. And you just have a situation where Chris Dunn is that guy who doesn't get enough praise, right? Because let's look at it. 5 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, 4 steals, 1 block. Those don't jump off the page at you, right? Two shots, 2 makes on the game. That doesn't pop off the page at you. But it's the fact that, like, if he does not do that, who can do his job for us? Right? THT was doing an okay job, but do you think THT can stay locked in, communicate the way that Dunn does, and play zone as well as Dunn does? Because he doesn't. I don't know. In that same vein, I would probably say Jordan Clarkson is definitely a glue guy, and I would say probably Chris Dunn is the other one for me. Sometimes I want to say Ochai, but I'm gonna actually no. What am I talking about? Kelly Olynyk, glue guy extraordinaire, does all the things. Swiss Army knife, like the things that he's done in losses too, just to keep us in games and not look like we're completely out of our league. Low key. Bryce said he's excited for the first home playoff game in Utah. For that reason alone, I want to keep him even if he never sees the court. Fair play. I'm not going to argue with that one, Tatum. LA Floppers on Saturday. Is that a home? It's a home game, right? It's a home game. If it's LA and Utah, I feel a lot better than going to LA to play LA. Despite the fact that they just got that 23-2 foul count in the fourth quarter in Canada. That was kind of crazy. Me personally, I'm not calling all those fouls. Were they all fouls? Yes. Let me go and start there. Were they all fouls? Technically, yes. By definition of each call, yes. Would I have called all of them if I was a ref? No. Absolutely not. Some of them were more blatant than others, but some of them, while fouls, I would have been like, all right, lock in. Like this is we're trying to create a playoff like atmosphere in the end of games. We want y'all to get this practice in now. I'm not gonna blow the whistle at a tic tac foul. Lock in and just do it like that. But I didn't hate it. It was weird, but I didn't hate it. Their coach, Darko, was sick to his stomach in the press conference. You would have thought it was a post right after a soccer match, right after a overseas a football match. Because boy, what he was going off. Let me see. Sexton is a culture builder right now. Yeah. Why do we think Kessler isn't starting even with limited minutes, even though he's been a positive for us recently? I just don't think that we need him, if that makes sense. Like he plays solid in the minutes that he plays, but he's also not offensively proficient enough to play him in copious minutes. There's not going to be a lot of time, a lot of games you can rely on him to give you 15 points like John Collins just did and take 4 threes confidently, right? And viably give you 1 to 3 of those threes. I just don't think he's there yet. And because of that, they feel more comfortable just not injuring him, not overexerting him, and letting him play off the bench. That's fair to me because he still gets roughly similar numbers if we're being realistic. Oh. They said LeBron will luckily be 2 days older, but true. But at this point, LeBron at 39 is the same thing as LeBron at 30, which is not good for us. Walker is just being used when needed and not forced on the court when he can have a big run to maintain, apply pressure on the other team. Yeah, that's also another big thing we should be appreciative of, the fact that you have the luxury of not playing Walker Kessler, who's supposed to be an elite rim protector. The fact that you do not have to play him in order to stay in games and win games. That's also big. Who do you think will be the hardest team to play in the 5-game home stretch? Let me pull up the 5 games. Somebody list the 5 games in the chat for me, and I'll tell you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up. Utah Jazz. All right, so we got Raptors. I like that one. I like the Raptors at home. I like the Lakers at home. I like the Pacers. The Pacers are going to be the toughest one at home. I'd wager no, the Thunder will be. The Thunder Pacers. Those are going to be tough games. Warriors, I like the way the Warriors are playing right now. I love it for us. Yep. So what's that? Pacers, we might drop that one. So I'll say 3-1 right there. Thunder, 3-2. I can live with that. That's 500 at the end of the stretch. And then you go to Houston to play the Rockets. And I like that. Even if you don't like that, I like the Pelicans, right? Even the Pelicans on the road. I like the Pelicans on the road. And I definitely love the Wizards. And don't get me started on the Hornets. I stay here. Come to Charlotte. Yeah. I'm gonna be at that game. Only because it's in my city. The only time they play in Charlotte all year, ironically enough. Let me see here. Sexton deserves more minutes. I would agree with you, but I think he's content with what he's getting right now, because it's not like they're pulling him because he's playing bad or because they need somebody else to get minutes. They're pulling him in favor of the hot hand. So in games where Jordan Clarkson plays really well, Sexton by default is probably going to play less minutes or share the court with him a little bit. But in games where Clarkson isn't shooting at all well, you're going to rely on Sexton to be that guy. And so far, he's been capable and willing to do that for them. And that's a big thing, I think, if you're a Utah Jazz, if you're part of the Utah Jazz organization. Having somebody that you can rely on, but you don't have to avidly force every single game to rely on them. Start Jason Preston. That would be interesting. I want to see Jason Preston play in general, though. Yeah, I don't know why Keontae played longer than Sexton. Yeah, that was a bit of a head scratcher. He was not shooting well from the field, but I think the experience and ambiance of everything is still necessary to get him involved in. So, I mean, glad he did not start the game, right? Because that wouldn't have went well for us out the gate. but I am glad that he got just to be in that realm, get that quality experience. Said Jazz have always needed a guy like Sexton. That's what the 2021 team was missing. In my opinion, every team needs a Bobby Portis, a Draymond. No, I see what you're saying, Brent. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. That's a good take. We worry about who's reffing, and something is telling me Scott Foster is reffing that game. Sick to my stomach. The problem is the Raptors were being fouled more and only got one whistle. Yes, I will concur with you on that one, Money. So a lot of people are saying, "Oh, the Lakers fouls were all legitimate," and to their credit, they were. But my issue was get the same fouls on both sides, or just don't call tic tac fouls. Just call the big ones. That's all. That's all we ask of everybody. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Let me see. Where am I? Oh, hopping on a little late, but let's go. I'm hyped. Hey, Derek, man, I'm tired, but I stayed up. We still out here. Quality win against quality and healthy run it back champions type team. Good play, good minutes. With the impact Sexton has had in his minutes should be a priority at this point, especially over George. True. In the back of my mind, I'm having second thoughts about Keontae George. I'm not ready to vocally stand on them, so I don't have I'm not gonna make a video. There's not a video in the works right now for that. But George is making me a little bit antsy. Not to say give up on him, right? But to say maybe he was a little less ready than we originally envisioned him being. But either way, it's just good to be in the situation that we're in, to where we can be afforded these problems and have alternatives to go to. Sexton needs more minutes. Like tonight, I'm fine with Clarkson playing good, but Keontae shot 2 of 7 and had more minutes. Yeah, that was the rough part. The goal is for us to get one game, at least on the road. Now we're 3-1. Fair play. Getting 22 in only 20 minutes is crazy. Imagine if he got Clarkson's minutes. No reason the bench should be playing more every night than a starter. Oh, y'all really love Collin this time around. Okay. Where are we? Oh, Thunder will be the hardest. Yeah. Raptors, Lakers, Pacers, Warriors, OKC. Yeah. OKC's the toughest one there. Then the Pacers, and then the Lakers, then the Raptors, and the Warriors. I think the Warriors might be the easiest team to clear, even though the Raptors probably should be. Second needs at least 25 minutes a game. Yeah, back to back, and it's a Thunder. Ooh, wow. Halliburton is injured, so no Hallie for the Pacers though. Oh, then that's a W. No Halliburton for the Pacers is a W for us, especially on the road, especially at home. That's barbecue chicken. In the words of Shaq, that's barbecue chicken. Really, Sexy needs 30 minutes a game? I would argue. Yeah. No Hallie, 4-1 is death possible. Okay. Hey, Preston. How do you even guard someone like SGA? The dude does whatever he wants. True. Yeah, 30 minutes at least. Dude is a douche. Watching him play in Summer League. Huh. And I would agree with you if the Jazz actually pull Clarkson when he plays bad. They be leaving him out there, like, no matter what he's doing out there. Yeah, they've gotten better about it as of late. Like, to his credit, he shot, like, a lot more single-digit blowout games or just poor games. Thing with Sexton is he sometimes goes fast and needs a moment to cool down. Given the injury history, Hardy and the Jazz want to make sure he's going good all year round. Fair play. Given how physical he plays, yeah. If Sexton had 30-plus minutes a game and shooting as efficient as he is now, it would be crazy stats. George is just a rookie and it takes time. Yeah, that's why I don't want to sit there and harp on it too bad. I just keep that in the back of my head and say, oh, he's not playing good right now. Not great right now, but it's okay. I don't believe the injury excuse can treat him with kid gloves, and he's healthy now. The only major injury is his career. Can't limit him based off wood, especially his cooking. Don't give up on George, but I think he would have benefited from a G League. I'm starting to think that too, low key. I feel like Keontae George would like build a lot of confidence from cooking in the G League. Showed that like right out the gate that he's a NBA level player, and then they would go from there. Like I said, give him a year. Okay. Look at Jamal Murray rookie numbers. They were bad. True. Lee said, I'm back-ish. I really think the Jazz can get above 500 for the first time all year on this 6-game homestand. I'm with it. I'm with it. Honestly, we should be the 10 seed. I don't like the Lakers. Should have won that game. Barbecue check-in with said with a G14 classification. Sextron. Sexton scored inefficient 24 on Cleveland with 30 plus minutes. Mm-hmm. Is Hendricks injured? Nah, he did play today, but by and large, there's not enough minutes to go around for him right now. I think that's the bigger thing for him and Brycey. You said, but he's on a G League assignment. Yeah, that too. He's two-wayed. So he's got time to do stuff, do a lot of stuff. But yeah. Any more interesting takes? How did everybody like the Lauri video that I dropped today? Pointers, feedback, thoughts, questions. One guy dropped a long comment, but then I went to look back at it. He was like, "Let me finish the video before I say something," and then I think he deleted his own comment because I was actually about to read it. I was interested. It's not for some reason it hit a wall because like my click through rate dropped on the video. That was supposed to be the one that I thought was gonna hit like put up numbers, and it's not doing numbers right now, unfortunately. I wanted to hit the Finland market. If I can get it to hit the Finland market, low key, I think I'll be good. We said, do we think Fontecchio will come back around? Absolutely, yeah. He's been kind of quiet the past couple of games. I think it's only a matter of time. I'm not super concerned about it because also it's not like he's missing 9, 10, 11 shots a game. He's taking like 4, 5, and 6 shots and hitting 1 or 2 of them. So he's only missing 4 shots. And that could come down to just as much as him not touching the ball enough on offense to be familiarized with it when it's time for him to get a shot off. Our video was 5-star. Put my thoughts in the comments. LOL. Yeah, Lee did. Taya said loved it. Nice. Tyson W vid. Good. W from Logic. 100 views an hour isn't doing numbers. LOL. I believe the color thumbnail though. I like the color thumbnail though. Okay, cool. Get more views after tonight's win, brother. You think so? I hope so, because I've monitored my click-through, and right now it is, I think, first place out of all my videos, out of the most recent 10 videos that I've posted. So it was like peaking really early, but then it just flatlined. Like over the past, what time is it? Almost 2 a.m. The last 4-ish hours, I've gained like probably 30 views. And I was like, no, it's starting to die down. I can see it. So I'm kind of hoping that it picks back up overnight, and I wake up and like instead of being at 1,100, it's like at 1,500, and then progressively like still climbing. Because the video is 16 minutes long. I find it hard to believe that the click-through rate should be like low on it, if that makes sense. But we'll see what Google AdSense says. Now if they sit there and say, "Oh, you got a career high views in a day. We're gonna give you 64 cents." I'm gonna explode. I'm about to, y'all gonna see me out here doing a Manscaped ad or something, because boy, ain't no way, boy. We said 100%. Okay. I trust your judgment, Lee. As long as Fontecchio keeps playing good defense, I'm fine with him. For sure. Absolutely will. Bro, want to give me Duchess? And I said, I want to look like Dylan Brooks. She's in the soil, bro. What you do? Yo, Cam, you are not real, though. You are not real. I don't even know. Was it Purple Duchess? Question. Not that I partake in that activity, but if they are Purple Duchess, that might be acceptable for me. I think Jazz. Okay, I think Jazz are at a point where they won't trade no one. Yeah, that's where I'm low key at. THT is the only guy that probably should go somewhere. But the only thing is, because of like the new CBA deals and the requirements for a trade to be conducted, you have to take on and surrender as much salary as you have to take on as much salary as you're sending out. which is a little bit rough because I mean, if we could give THT for some draft picks or just like if a slightly more quality player was available and we could trade him and another guard for it, I might do that. But he's just in a weird position to where like we can't trade him straight up for another guard because that doesn't solve the problem. Now you just have another guy who's good and can't play, right? So maybe it's just a matter of time, and I'm just overthinking it, probably. Probably because people have been watching the Jazz game for the last 4 hours. Also, probably part of it. I wouldn't be super concerned. Fair. Dunn low key hits his threes when you leave him open. Yeah. Yeah. 1.1K in half a day is most of your subs. Basically, the craziest thing is my watch time on the video. I have 110 ish watch hours on it. Only 25% are from my viewers. So most of the views don't even come from our community, like our guys. That's the craziest part. I don't think I've been off on what I predicted your channel yet, right? I don't think I might have missed a few days, but I think your channel's growing faster than 60% of the channels. Hey, that's good. He said, nah, I'm talking about the Braves, bro. Muffle. Ryan. Yes, sir. Yes, he was talking. Yeah. The fact I started watching when you posted your first video, 2023 draft, where you had like 4 subs and they 1.5. Remind people to hit the bell. Oh yeah, Lee. OG Lee, for real. Oh yeah, hit that notification bell so y'all know when the videos drop. Become a member. All that good stuff. Favorite cereal? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't eat it that often, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's just a safe pick, and I can eat it dry too. Just like put it in a bag and like randomly eat it for no reason. No trade. We're good. I'm behind you on that. I think you let it rock. You gotta let it rock. That was only like 6 months ago. It really was. It was that last week of June. So really six months, and I got monetized in just under 6 months. That's the craziest part. Like I was trying to beat the goal, and I definitely beat the goal. Crazy stuff. Man, Jazz won by 13. Really should have won by more, but 13. Call them low 13. Raptors tomorrow. About to make some stuff happen, guys. About to make some serious stuff happen. I gotta think, cause the next video I have dropping for y'all is gonna be a Chris Dunn video. It probably won't come out to today, but it'll probably come out. I'm going into Thursday, so it'll probably come out Friday. So the same night as the Raptors game, I'm thinking. Outside of that, nothing too crazy. Making more money off videos now, slowly but surely. Like that 20 views is starting to add up from each day from like videos from like a month ago. So hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, anything interesting that y'all observed during the game or any other games this evening that piqued you guys' interest that you just wanted to talk about real quick before I hop off? Let's see. I think I joined 300, 400 August, something like that. Yeah. Logic and Tyson were basically intertwined around the same time. You need to get an interview. I saw a Jazz channel with 500 subs getting Keontae George. That's nasty. I need to know how they did that. I need to touch base with somebody, get into real contact. Cause there's no way. Man, look, don't let me actually come out there. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way to come out there, and I'm gonna find a way to get an interview. A good interview too, not just one of those. So how do you think you played this season so far? No, like I want to know what made them want to be a basketball player, bro. If I can make Sexton the first one, that would be a heavenly interview. I'll tell you that much. Make life easy. He said, granted, Keontae's filming up his nostrils half the time, but I guess you get what you pay for. Hey, an interview is an interview. THT couldn't get garbage time minutes. I think it was more so that I think they're trying to preserve him because they're going to trade him. Low key. Low key. Because other than that, I can't see a reason why you would just like plant him on the bench and just leave him there to rot. That just doesn't make sense to me. Bro, you a Sexton savant. A little bit. Nah, but it would be genuine. It would be genuinely kind of cool to get that interview. Long term, what players would I love to talk to? Like maybe besides LeBron James, Kyrie. Got to sit down and talk to Kyrie. Maybe Scotty Barnes, low key. It's weird because I have like some very interesting like player preferences, I guess. Gotta do Shea. Gotta get an interview from Shea at some point. Sexton will probably be the CJ McCollum of this era. Fair. Lance Stevens is not crazy. Lance Stevens has probably got some stories. Like Jeff Teague, that boy be having some stories. But I feel like Lance has stories. He's just not a good storyteller. Because you have some people that know a lot, but just can't put it into words so that other people can understand it. I think that's another thing too. Grant Williams, that brother is different. Why do you say it like that, Freddie? That brother is different. It's crazy. Can't say that's facts. No, I believe it. So I got a Friday game, a Saturday game, a Monday game, and a Wednesday game, and a Thursday. I'm not mad at that at all. That's pretty reasonable. That's pretty smooth. Pretty good. Pretty smooth. Ooh, we're at 1,350 subscribers. Ha ha! Great job, gentlemen and ladies. If there should be some in the comments, you know, because we don't discriminate. We appreciate all love. You dig? That's all. Let me see. 1,190 views now. Regularly pulling in 30-ish. Okay. One step at a time. One step at a time. Okay, yeah, it's back up to 5.5%. Yeah, it started at 10 p.m., so that does make sense. I don't know why I didn't think about that earlier. Yeah. My brain just shut off on me, I guess. Slow person moment. Dwayne Wade is owner of the Jazz. Would be cool to hear from. That would be good. Tyson said my phone's at what percent? Oh, it's about that time, Tyson. I understand. 2K on the horizon. Hey, yup. And after 2K, there's 3K. After 3K, there's 4K. After 4K, there's 5K. And then there's 10K. I feel like the level of the number of impressions I'll get at 10K will be great. And I think at that point I could use the money and get like a season pass and like just be flying over there. Like in a perfect world, I can just fly over there to Utah and just catch games just to do it. Like that would be hard. Ooh, Lars, what you said? Hey, bro, just discovered you instantly subbed. Take note. Oh, I definitely took note. Where are you from, brother? I'm guessing you're from a European country. Gotta be. Tyson said that's not good. Logic said Tyson, that's not good. No. Love from Finland. Oh, fire. There we go. So it's what? It's 9 a.m. 9 a.m. for you, right? Glad to have you here, brother. Glad that you joined us on this lovely journey. You said, "Yo, Finley, that's hard." That's what I'm saying. Were you at the game tonight? Nah, I wasn't. I was just watching on my phone, like I usually do. I actually stay on the East Coast. I'm in what you call it? I am in North Carolina, so very stark difference, but gotta show love to the team that I follow. You dig? Got my father in. Got my father in time. Got my charger in time. I was the Flash. Nice. Okay, Barry. Said thanks, Tyson. Yes, sir. Sexton game reminded me of Kevin Johnson from the '90 Suns. That's an interesting comparison to draw there, Andrew. You really pulled that one out of your behind. I'm not mad at that at all, actually. Because I see what you're cooking right there. It's like one of those moments where you taste test the dish and you just got to figure out like how it's going. Don't forget love from Korea, man. A1, you already know, man. You and your military bad self. I'm already knowing about you. I'm familiar with your game, family. I've been a Jazz fan since marketing joined naturally, so a little over a year. It's been a fun journey. Dream to visit one day Utah. It looks city. Looks beautiful. Fair play. You and me are in the same boat. I got to go out there at some point. Catch a couple games. I keep telling the boys I'm going to. Once I make enough off the YouTube AdSense, I'm gonna hold on. I got the business bank card right here. Once I load this bad boy up, it's getting swiped. It's getting swiped. I'm gonna swipe it like I don't even know what. I don't even know what I'm gonna swipe it like, but I'm gonna swipe it though, for sure, 100%. Someone says put like Pat Bev. Pat Bev is crazy. Pat Bev is crazy. A1 Wow, love Korea. Nice. Give me signs. Oh wow. But you're Mr. Worldwide, Brody. I'm saying, man, the whole family in the chat. Everybody woke up now. See, that's what I stayed up till 2 a.m. for. You know what I'm saying, Cam? That's what I stayed up till 2 a.m. for. To get everybody. John Collins looks good. Yes, he's definitely been more consistent as of late, especially in his defensive effort and just understanding the coverages that we're running. Just not being clueless on that side of the ball and getting shoved around. Definitely loved it. See, Logic is my early cue. Because Logic always lock out a little bit before me. Good night, Logic. I'll see y'all Friday. Yes, sir. This is Jazz Channel? Yup. Well, Joey, question. Since I have you here, are you a Jazz fan or are you just an NBA fan that just happened to come across this channel? Let me know. Tyson said, Night Logic, Korea, cool. Just got to watch the NBA games in the morning. Fair play. Yeah. Do you talk about the game or did I miss it? Oh yeah, we did. But just to give a quick recap, basically, we had a lot of guys shoot well, right? The worst shooter of the night was Fontecchio, and realistically, he didn't even shoot that bad, right? He only had 5 shot attempts, 1 of 4 from 3, 1 of 5 overall. So when you have a poor shooting night from one guy like that, it's a great day. Basically, you had Lauri shooting well. You had Collin Sexton shooting well. You also had the one and only streaky, consistent man himself, Jordan Clarkson, shooting well. He also had 9 assists. He almost had a double-double with 27 points and shot efficiently from the field. And I think he shot 37.5% from the three-point line. So that was acceptable as well. Considering he only had 3 turnovers, I mean, that's close to his usual average. But by and large, when you look at the fact that he had 9 assists today instead of like the usual 3-ish, 4-ish, it's a lot more easy to stomach those numbers. Couple in the fact that you had a lot of the bench pieces like your Walker Kessler's playing less minutes than usual, but getting similar stats, and Ochai getting a little bit of burn, just a bunch of different guys getting some minutes. And then you actually saw Bryce Sensabaugh, Taylor Hendricks, Lucas Solmanich, and Omer Yurtseven come in that last 3 minutes and 19 seconds of the game, or at some point in the fourth quarter. just to give them a little bit of burn. But the only active person that wasn't played was Taylor Horton-Tucker, which makes me think that low-key he's going to end up getting traded at some point soon, and they're just trying to preserve his health so that nothing happens to him and so that he can clear everything that they need him to clear. But yeah, beating a healthy Nuggets team. Of course, Jokic played extremely well. He missed only one shot overall from the field and missed 2 free throws, so couldn't lock him down entirely. But he only ended the game with a double-double, not a triple-double, so we'll take it. We said Will Hardy, good coach. Yeah. Jazz fan living in SLC. Oh, then Joey, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I was about to say, if you were a general basketball fan that just happened to come across this, I was going to recommend you to my other channel because I'm about to start posting every Friday on there. But yeah, if you're a Jazz fan, go ahead and sub to this one. 2 to 3-ish weekly videos and then live streams every time there's a game. Yeah, we be chatting. Welcome to the family, man. Will Hardy top 5 coach? Yes or yes. W Joey, me too. Will Hardy, great coach so far. Looks like Will Hardy is the guy. I wouldn't trade anyone. THT can help Washington. He actually could help Washington. I don't think they would give us Tyus Jones for him, but I'd be willing to see what we could do from Utah or other state. Other state. I'm actually from I'm originally from New York, but I stay in North Carolina. So I moved south, but just not westward. I'm on the coast. Coast state. Hold up. You find out what you finna do with the other channel. Oh, so the other Wraith Hoops channel, I'm gonna do like a weekly video about just whatever team happens to be. Still debating the topics for those. With that being said, the other channel is going to be like a growth channel, and then I have my podcast channel. And I have a 5th channel, but I'm trying to get it up in views before I just start telling people that I have it. Because the whole point of it is like anonymity. Basically, I just talk and nobody can see me in the video, but it's just like me talking about philosophy things to make things a little bit more interesting. I can't remember who it was for the life of me that told me I had a voice where they would like to hear me read something, but I thought about it and it kept sitting in the back of my head, and then I finally decided to do something with it. And it takes like no effort to do either. Like this channel right here is probably my biggest baby project. And then once I actually start making the videos for my other basketball channel, that'll probably take 2nd place. No draft pick this year. That's what it's looking. THC for Howard Cuthbert. You think they would make that? Do you think they would make that move? Bedtime for me. Hope to catch your stream next game night. Yes, sir, Joey. Get some rest, brother. Glad to have you in here, man. Did you tell your favorite team? Yes. And why if you're from the East Coast? The one and only Collin Sexton. And just me enjoying watching their brand of basketball, honestly, if I'm being frank. I was one of those people that defended Rudy Gobert getting a massive contract when all he can do is defend the rim really good, and trying to explain to people why he's still an all-star worthy candidate despite that being his only really great attribute. Combine that with the fact that Collin Sexton got sent there, and I've been watching Collin Sexton since he was in high school, and because I'm a year under him, so when I was in high school and he was I was a junior and he was a senior when he popped off. And so that really pushed me and made the Jazz like my favorite NBA team, because before I watched the Jazz, but I also watched quite a few teams. I just never went out of my way to like zero in and focus on them for the entire season, but it became that time soon enough. So all these people W's. Oh, so you became a fan recently as well. Like, yeah, Sexton. Yeah, ballpark. Yeah. I hope so much we keep Sexton for a long time. Yeah, that would be ideal. That would be ideal. Now he lacks the length that they would love to have on for a lot of their team players, but by and large, I don't hate the overall situation that they have going on, and I think that it could be conducive to success going on down the road. Just depends on him maintaining his efficiency and not relying on athleticism to be the main component for his game. And I think he'll be okay. He'll be around for a minute. Most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah, he gets in the paint. Mm-hmm. 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 The young bull himself. He's also been a lot more patient as of late, and that's something that I can also appreciate because I know it's not the easiest thing that comes to him by and large. So it's definitely refreshing, if you will. Let's see, pretty consistent on threes, and I hope it only gets better. Yeah, JC heard you talking, by the way, bro, on the up and up. He got to be, because he, every time I say something about Jordan Clarkson, he tees up. So I'm about to start saying something every night. I'm about to start saying something every night at this point. Guess defense is not the best. Yeah, not dude. The thing about Collin Sexton is his defensive ability is limited not by effort, but by sheer size. He's very undersized. Now he's always there. He's always going to do the most in his best ability to keep his hands active in the passing lanes, pick off passes, get deflections, get steals when available, and just body somebody up and do his best to make things difficult for them. But the other issue that you come across when you deal with Collin Sexton is the fact that he's just simply not tall enough and long enough to get stops on certain players. No matter how great defense he plays on somebody like Kevin Durant can still see over him and therefore shoot over him, which makes it harder for him against people like that, but still important. Said if Sexton can become an elite playmaker, he would be an all-star. Yeah. And honestly, will we say 8 assists at the guards position would be elite or just really, really good? Because I think you could do it if he averaged 8 assists. If he averaged like 8 assists and still the same 1.8 ish turnovers, or got his turnovers down to like 1.1, 1.8, I think that would be like really good for his draft stock too. It should be his draft stock. Silly me. I think it would just be good for his overall game, if I'm being frank. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any more thoughts, gentlemen? What can I help us with today? Mm-hmm. Yes, sir, Lars. Do you know Hoops Nerd? I I don't watch. I watch his content every now and then. Yeah, I watch him every now and then. We have a different style of doing things, so and it also keeps me honest and like make sure that I do my own thing. But every now and then, it's good to just see what other people's ideas are or what their opinions are on certain things because it makes things a little bit more interesting, and then you can also diversify yourself and just better frame your own arguments and ideas so that other people can understand where you're coming from, you know what I'm saying? And it's nice, I'll say that. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if you don't like my perhaps like more general mellow demeanor, then Hoops Nerd might be somebody that's really up your alley because he has a lot more energy. He's a lot more verbose. He has more pitch changes in his voice, and his voice is just simply louder. Like that sort of thing is just one of those things where it's like that gives you a different flavor to pick from. And some days you're gonna want a calmer thing. Like some days you might be listening at night, you just want to catch up on whatever happened, stats wise. You might watch the first 20 minutes of my live stream because the first 20 minutes I'm talking about straight numbers, straight what happened in the game, boom, and then I go into like reading in the comments and all the questions and stuff. So maybe there's people that'll do that. There are other people where it's like, it's noon or you're at work and you're just trying to hear somebody's take on a particular player or whatever, boom, turn on your Hoops Nerd. Listen to him talk to you for a minute. Boom, cool. You're hype. You're having a good day. It just keeps the thing going. One of those situations. But other than that, yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely appreciative for all the other guys in the space. even if we're not all in contact. I know Sporty Spence usually pops in every now. Him and Dink both do because they're both Jazz fans, obviously. But yeah, it's nice. Gotta have the love going around, man. Any more thoughts, gentlemen? How so? What you mean? Talk to me, Lars. Lars is a hard name. I like it. My phone has been acting up for a long time. I'm not very fond of it. Ouch. He said, "You're right. I'm hungry, but it's late. Do I eat or nah?" It depends on what you ate for dinner and how long it's been since you ate dinner. Because me personally, I would, right? But I also currently don't have money right now, so I can't even if I wanted to. But I would say if you didn't eat too heavily, right, during dinner, and say you ate like more than 3 hours ago, I would say yeah. I would say yeah. Oh yeah, like a channel member? Yeah. If you're on a computer right now, then there's gonna be a button near my subscribe button that says join, and you can do that. Or what do you call it? If you're on your phone, you have to do it on the computer. Or you could just do my what you call it, buy me a coffee link. Hold on. If I remember it from heart, I'll type it in the chat real quick. Buy me a coffee.com/Wraith Hoops. Did I spell it right? Yeah. Or through that link. Because it gives me a larger percentage of the thing as well on there. YouTube. Yo, that 1 minute, that one video. Tyson, was it you that donated like $20 that one video? Or was it Cam? One of y'all donated like $20 one video. Like y'all did $10 and then $10 again. I was pissed because everybody donated like $32 and then YouTube took 10 out of the $32. I was hot when I saw the thing. It was Cam, bro. I was either way. I was sick when it happened because I was like, y'all some greedy MFers. Hey, money is money, Tyson. That's one thing you'll understand, man. I will be the same level of appreciative over $1 as I am over 50, right? Because either way, I can go to McDonald's and get something to eat, or go to a gas station. You know how it is. Get you a nice slushy. Can't beat a slushy after a hoop session. I'll tell y'all boys that. But yeah, man. Excuse me. Any more thoughts, comments, concerns? Interesting things going on around the league today? You said, bro, McDonald's app is a life. Yes, sir. You know the method. See, Tyson gets it. Yeah, we've all been there. Through the thick and the thin. I'll tell you, boy. Most definitely. But yeah. Any more interesting thoughts, gentlemen? Questions, concerns? I almost said thoughts a second time. That's not what I was going for. Oh yeah. If anybody has any suggestions for merch colors or designs, drop those in whatever channel post I made in that section. Because I wanted to do merch for a while, and realistically I probably should have set it up like months ago, or like back in like, was it October? when I first passed that first tier of monetization, but I didn't because I didn't know how to like find a site to sell me shirts that I could then design and then ship them if I would have to ship them out myself. But apparently on Teespring they do it all for you. You just put your designs on there and organize them, and then give your customers colors, give the family colors. Um, but yeah, oh yeah. Hold on. Anybody that does end up getting merch though, um, use that code, that discount code, because I couldn't figure out how to change the what do you call it? I wasn't able to change the prices on the thing. So the best I could do was make a 50% off discount code. So everything's like roughly like $20, I think, ish, as opposed to like 30 and 40, which was OD. Um, bro, a hoodie that's jazz purple with your profile picture that has a purple image. You talking? Let me see that. But gotta take a picture of that. As a matter of fact, hold on. Noted, Tyson. Noted. hmm I wish they had a way where I could like put this, and then instead of well, would I leave Utah? Like you leave Utah up there and then put Wraith Hoops underneath in the same text, or like underneath a number. I don't know. Just a thought. But yeah, things only things go up from here. hmm That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. Jazz on a nice, lovely little win streak, winning most of their last 10 games. Looking to continue it as they face the Raptors. And I believe that'll be one of the more interesting matchups to be had. I think it'll honestly make a lot of people happy. A lot of people um, will be pleased after that one, as long as we seal that victory, right? Because at the end of the day, I do think that, side note, I think that Toronto won their trade with the Knicks. Because I do think, despite the fact that, yes, RJ Barrett hasn't played the best on the Knicks, I still think that when given a defined role and opportunity, he'll take advantage of it. If you give him a situation where things fluctuate a lot, he's probably not going to be the most successful for the system. And that's understandably so, because a lot of guys do tend to struggle that way. But for RJ Barrett, I think that him going back home to his country of Canada, and then also being in a situation where he is a defined number two option. There are not going to be games where they're like, oh, we need you to be number three. Oh, we need you to be number one. Oh, we need you to be number two. Like it's consistently going to be Scotty Barnes first. It's Scotty's team, and then it's going to be him. And I think between the two of those, they're pretty well placed. But I'm not concerned about losing to them. If we play the way we played today against the, what do you call them? Against the Denver Nuggets, I see no reason why there's any particular difficulty clearing the Raptors. And we won't need all the free throws that the what do you call them? That the We won't need all of the ones that the all the free throws that the Lakers did. Yes, sir. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate it, family. You said 62 and 20 season loading. I mean, it's not out of reach until we eventually lose a game, and that puts us in in the situation above it. I like the mindset, though. I definitely think that sits well. Gives us a lot more to work with too. If I'm being honest. You already know. Yep. That $5 going right to my editor for this next video, this Chris Dunn video. It probably won't perform as well as like the Lauri ones and the Fontecchio ones do because Chris Dunn's just a local guy. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to be a very worthwhile decision to make, if I'm being honest. It's not working? Hold on, Freddie. It's a good thing you hopped on there. This might bog down my internet just a little bit, but I'm about to, hold on. No, Command H doesn't work. Teespring. I'm about to check right now. I'm not gonna play any games. Okay. Matter of fact, let me open this in a new tab. Okay, well, it's taken 300 years to load. Bro, yeah. The one Collin Sexton video made me sad because it didn't clear 1K. I was like, bro, what? 956 views? I changed the thumbnail like 3 times. It gained like 3 views each time. I was like, goodness. But yeah. Especially the Fontecchio ones, like they've been doing really good. I'm so happy with them. And it's nice to see like I can draw in people from Italy to like enjoy the content. Like that was a big thing for me as well. Yeah. Cars. When they hit you with the I'm not a robot test and you have to actually try. That's me right now. Trying to sort this out right now on my phone because it wasn't working before. Type of something like still get it wrong. Man, let me see. Not stores. If I go listings. I'm gonna sort it out. It might be the edit details portion here. Okay, so it's not gonna do that. Trying to sort it right now. Nope, that's not it. Okay, not stores, not listings. Is it analytics? Nope, definitely not analytics. Integrations, no. Create. No, that's not what I want. Home. No. Okay. I'm gonna fix this. Here we go. Pricing discount. Boom. There we go. He said W stream. Yes, sir. We had a pretty solid one today. I'm not gonna lie. We had a pretty solid one. That's not what. Just when you think you found it, you didn't. Golly. If I go to promotions. Ah, here we go. I think I found it. Wraith Hoop. %. What do you mean? What is the problem? Why is it red? Oh, you know what? Not anymore. I wish I did. I would eat there a lot more often. I still do. Freddie, try that. Try it in all caps. WRITHHLOP. Yeah, try that one. Try that or try early bird. One of these two should be it. Let me know if it doesn't load properly. It is cold in this house. I have work in 3.5 hours. I'm sick to my stomach, actually. Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, that should correct it. I think so. If it doesn't, what did I say? Freddie, if it doesn't work, comment under the post that I made in the community tab about it, and I'll see if I can just remake a whole new, a new thingy. Yeah. But thank you, gentlemen, as always, for hanging out with me tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope you enjoyed the post game, chatting it up with the boys in the chat. With that being said, thanks for tuning in. As always, it's been your boy Wraith Hoops. I'll catch you on Friday if you can make it. If not, just check out that VOD. And as always, good morning, good evening, good night. No matter where you are on the globe watching, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Y'all boys get some rest now.